everyone, I'm Dawn Jett. I am the co-founder of Spruce Micro, and I am behind all the protocols that created the results that you see all through our social media. Pardon, I'm a little red right now tonight because I've been testing out some protocols, some new protocols I'm always testing out, and I always test them out in really high dosages just to see how they do in different dosages. So yeah, I'm a little red. But with us, we have Miss Corona. She has been with us. We were talking tonight before we got on the call. We think 3 years.
It's definitely been 2. It might be almost 3, which is
I
crazy.
feel, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, time goes by fast. But she is a virtual patient. She has never stepped, oh my gosh, my cat. She has never stepped foot in our clinic before. She has amazing results. She got results really, really quickly. And I'm going to let her tell her story.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dawn.
Yeah.
I did. So, yeah, I had been on a really long journey with my skin, with my pigment. I was even going back to being like when I was a teenager, I had acne and like always felt self-conscious about different aspects of my skin.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I aged, it became a lot more pigment related,
Mm-hmm.
from some like post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, like from getting acne. But then my pigment really got bad after I had kids. So it was like common story, right? It was like the hormonal, I had some aspects I think you'd call melasma, and then some was, I don't even know. It was always worse on the side of my face from driving. Like, that, so it was like that. And I was a person who literally, I think I tried what I thought was like everything at that point.
Mm-hmm.
From like my favorite place to shop was always Sephora. So it was like, I would buy like whatever was a new thing. But then I also did like med spa stuff. So I would do various peels. I would do like hydrofacials. I would do, they would put me on various like skin protocols of like stuff they had in the spa. They'd like recommend that it would kind of work, or that they thought would work. At one point, I actually even went on like a prescription protocol that one of the med spas gave me. But what's so funny is like I did not power through the reactions.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get back to like why I felt like I did with you and I didn't do it with them. And then the last thing I did before I joined you all was I did radio frequency microneedling at a med spa, and it made my skin so much worse. Like that was like my lowest points. Like my pictures when I joined Spruce Micro was like when I was at the lowest point of like, oh my God, my skin has like never been this bad. It's never been this, it made my pigment so much worse. And I did 3 sessions and it was so expensive and it hurt so badly. It was like really painful and I looked worse. So, so like that was my journey. I found you on Instagram. I joined one of your Zooms. I think I even remember, I think I was like traveling for work and I was like in a hotel in like Reno, Nevada, like on the Zoom being like, this woman like sounds like the real deal. And like you like, even in the Zoom, I think you talked about why I had the experience of the radio frequency microneedling making my skin worse. And I was like, because I felt sort of gaslit by like other professionals of like, no, like that's the thing to do. Or like, and you were the first person who's like, no, like it's probably gonna make it worse if you do that, or like this kind of thing. And so I was like, okay, well, this feels worth a try. And so I signed up with you. Then I think I started actives, like, you do like such a good job making sure people had like, have skin barrier intact when you start, which I really needed because my skin was so messed up from all the stuff I was doing. And then so I probably started like that, like it was like a November. And I think by like, I swear to God, it was so fast. It was probably by December, like, a couple months later that I was like, yes, I'm red. And yes, I'm peeling, but the skin underneath looks so much better already. Just like I have healthy skin under here again. It was sort of how I felt. And, I was going to say about like my big part of my experience with you all was the feeling of how supported I felt, because it's like you get I guess like I'd had the experience of having a protocol from this med spa, but it was like it was printed out on a sheet of paper, like
Mhm.
do these things, here's a bag, good
Right.
luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Um, and I think the detail of your protocols,
Mhm.
I mean,
They're
I'm like the
detailed.
person, they're very detailed. There's a ton of information in them. All the resources that you have on, the website and things like that will tell you what to expect with the various aspects of your protocol. To me, I felt like, okay, like I get why I'm going through the reactions, and I
Mhm.
get now that it's part of the process. Like it's not a bad thing that's happening that's making my
Mhm.
skin worse. It's part of the process.
Mhm.
And you make that so clear in how you do everything. But then also, you put way more products that are supportive
Mhm.
in your protocols too. So it was also like, okay, you have all these tools to get relief as you're having
Right.
reactions. So it really wasn't as intolerable either as like what I had had before, because I felt like, oh, I have like several things I can use if I feel like
Right.
red or dry or what have you. So it wasn't even as hard as it was, but I just felt like, okay, I get why I'm doing this.
Right.
Yeah. So
When
yeah,
you
and then it took it
understand
a couple of
why,
months. Yeah.
yeah. When you understand why, I always say educated patient is a compliant patient. And a compliant patient gets results because if you understand what's happening to your skin and like this is not a bad thing, then
Yeah.
you are compliant and you get the results and you get them fast. Just like you said, typically I would
Yes.
have to say that most people, like the first month, we always start barrier. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you tell me I've been on great products since 1997. It doesn't matter. We're still going to do barrier first because I need to know this, right?
Yeah.
And then, because I'm not going to risk your barrier, I'm just not going to do that. And then the next month, if we feel like you're ready, you start correctives. And people who
Mhm.
follow the corrective protocol within the first month, if you're doing what we tell you to do, there's not a doubt in my mind that you're not going to just see your skin just going to like transform completely within weeks. Like it's
Yes.
crazy good. But like you said, like it's weirdly healthy at the same time because you
Yes.
are supporting the barrier the entire time. And
Yeah.
that's where different people, different, like some of this. Now, I use my actives differently than other companies out there, differently than probably everybody. Um, but the difference is that we support that barrier the entire time, and not just that first month, the whole time. Because if you
Yes.
stop doing what's changing the skin, it's going to stop being
It's gonna go
healthy.
back.
It's going to
Yeah.
go back. That's the ugly truth that like no one wants to, and like you said, like I am very honest and upfront. We had somebody come in the clinic the other day in clinic, and it's like she wanted me to give her the fairy tale. Like she wanted me like
Mm.
she wanted the results. She had pigment, and she was waiting for me to say like, yes, we can like make you not peel, we can make you not get a little red, we can da, da, da. I forgot what her profession was, but she was in front of people, and I'm like, you and about 1,000 other of our members,
Mm.
like we all have a life. Like there's never gonna be a
Yeah.
good time, but if you're waiting for me to tell you that that you can just like snap your fingers and you're not going to have any reactions. Without reactions, there's no repair. Without repair, there's no results. And if you're
Yeah.
waiting for me to tell you that this is going to be okay, I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, don't get started with this. Don't buy a single product because you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
And I think I shocked her, like I shock a lot of people when I tell them, like, I'm almost talking you not into starting with this, but like, you're going to be disappointed. So, like, and I straight up said, either you decide that you're going to like the skin that you have because you're going to live with it if you don't
Right.
do this.
I love that. Yeah.
That's the truth. Or you can decide to just go for it, and it's
Right.
going to work, but everybody's got to go through that process and you've got to
Yeah. Or
trust.
like get like really invested in makeup or
Right.
something because
Right.
like the skin
Right.
underneath isn't
And
going to be
that's
what you want.
okay. Like,
And that's a decision that some people make. And that's fine. And I just was never a big makeup person. I've
hmm
never it just wasn't my thing. And so I had
hmm
just always dreamed about like having skin that I just didn't feel
hmm
like I had to put anything on.
hmm
And I had that within like a couple of months, which is
hmm
crazy. I was like, I'm fine to not wear makeup. Like,
yeah.
yeah. And um like I even to the point about the like being in public. I mean, I even had one of those stories where like I was like I sit on a board
Mm-hmm.
for affordable housing nonprofit, and we had a board event, and like I think a piece of skin like fell off in my hand because it was like very early, and I was like, okay, well, go to the bathroom and like put some more moisturizer on. But you know what? I lived to tell the tale,
Yeah.
and it was totally worth it. It's just like part of the journey.
And when you think about it, like, it's only a couple of months. Like,
Yeah, it was a
it's,
blip. It was such a
you
blip.
have to think about like how long it took your skin to get the way that it was. Because that didn't happen overnight. Like, it didn't happen. Like, I always say my arms and legs. I mean, I grew up in the 80s, laid out on the roof, small
Mm.
town. So all we had to do was lay out on the roof with Crisco, you name it. That's what we did. And then when I was 15, tanning beds came into play. If I could have
Yeah,
been in one 10 times a day, I would have. Like,
yeah,
I just would
yeah,
have. And I mean, I wasn't. They didn't allow it, but I would have. And my tan, like, I have blonde hair, blue eyes. You would think I'd burn easy, but I didn't. I had a
yeah.
beautiful golden tan. And then, like,
Amazing.
in my 40s, all of a sudden, that golden tan looks like I have a disease. Like, it looks like not good,
Yeah,
right? That didn't happen yesterday. Like, it
yeah,
didn't, that happened from years and years and years of damage. And the same thing I tell people whenever you get laser or radio frequency, just because you think it's not doing anything to you,
yeah,
what is that heat damage going to do years down the road? What is that
yeah,
chronic inflammation going to do to you later on? Especially if you're not treating your barrier when you're doing it. Because I
yeah.
can promise you that a lot of these places that, I'm not saying everybody, because I do know, I do have a friend that actually trained her who does lasers. And she's one of the few people that she's like, no way is
Mm,
anybody getting on my laser without complete skin strengthening the entire, like, so there are
yeah.
some more responsible people that do that. But I would have to say that most are just gonna be like, oh, here's the package, got another one, got another one. And that heat damage, like, even if you think you're good, just like that suntan when I was
Sneaks
15,
up
I thought
on
I was
you.
good. I thought I
Yeah.
was good. I thought I was good in my 20s, and here I am. Like, my
Yeah.
arms and legs are just so damaged.
The other thing I've learned from you about like what other providers recommended versus like what actually works is I had been on prescription strength like retinoid products
Mhm.
many times in the past.
Right.
And they oftentimes what they'll say is like use it 3 times a week
Hmm.
while you build up tolerance. Right. And like exactly like, and so my skin would never get to the point,
Hmm.
honestly, that was tolerant of it. And so I never pushed past using
Right.
it a few times a week, which meant it did
Nothing.
nothing,
Nothing.
nothing for my skin. Like God's
Yeah.
honest truth. I would still get irritated from it and it would do
Mhm.
nothing.
It would do
And
nothing.
so once you kind of explained this like whole pathway that you put people on to get through the
Hmm.
reactions and why, et cetera, I now get why that did nothing for
Right.
me. And there was just like a waste of a
Mhm.
good product,
I
honestly.
get
Right.
so many people that get started with it and they're like, I use, because we don't start with tretinoin in the first protocol. I have a retinoid in it, but not a tretinoin. And
Yeah.
they're like, but I've used Tret before. And I'm like, how did you use Tret? Oh, I used a pea size
Pea
every couple
size,
of
like
days. And then, like, if I started peeling, I would stop for a day or so. Like, So you just
exactly.
confused the hell out of your skin, is what you did.
Yeah.
Because you're
That,
training those skin cells to act like they're younger. And if you're doing that and you're just stopping and starting, stopping and stopping, you're never, ever, ever going to acclimate. And a pea size, I'm
yeah.
sorry, is not enough. But
And
yeah.
so here I am, the person who I thought like I have really sensitive skin. I could never use tretinoin more than like a few days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I now use it every night
Mm-hmm.
religiously at the highest strength, like
Mm-hmm.
exactly as you say in the protocol, and like I don't react anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not like that.
It's true. And you
It's
said you
it's
have
amazing.
sensitive skin. I have so many people, and we have
Yeah. I
four
was
minutes. I'm watching the clock. We have 4 minutes. We have so many people that come on and they say, I have sensitive skin. That may be true for some people. Like, but sensitive skin, true sensitive skin, you're born with sensitive skin.
sure.
Or you have it from a medical condition. Most people have sensitized, and I don't even remember with you what it was, but most people actually have sensitized skin. because of
Oh
all the
yeah.
crap that we do to it,
I think I had
including
sensitized skin. Yeah.
like using products that aren't micronized that just sit on top of the barrier, like using the wrong products, because that actually causes chronic inflammation. So, and that's kind of what I've been talking about my blogs this week, is that chronic inflammation doesn't always look like chronic inflammation. Like it
Yes.
doesn't always, it's often very,
You
very
can't always
silent.
tell.
You can't always
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah, and I would
Yeah.
always, I think my thing was like, I would confuse my skin because I would switch products so
Mhm.
often. I'd be like,
Mhm.
I'll try the next thing, or that's not working. So I'll go buy another thing at Sephora and try another thing. You know, it was like,
Right.
and so I was super sensitized from both, like, from probably just a combination of
Right.
stuff I was doing and from like
Right.
throwing everything at it
Mhm.
versus like giving it a consistent
Right.
routine, you know, like I have now.
Right. And what you need today is not what you need 2 months from now, because your
Yeah.
skin's stronger in 2 months and your hormones are
Yes.
different in 2 months because you're getting older, and maybe the seasons change, or whatever it may be. But like you continuously have to adjust that protocol. It's not okay, I'm on maintenance and this is my protocol forever, unless you plan on getting in a
No.
bubble and never going outside and never eating crappy food, which almost everything we eat, I don't care where you get it, is probably mostly crappy these days. Like
Yeah.
all these things that we do to our bodies, you have to, everything's affecting, you have to continuously
Yeah.
change it. That protocol has to fit what you need at that particular time. That's so, so important. And that's what we
Yeah.
do, even through maintenance. But you
Yeah.
look
I feel like
fabulous.
it's, thank you. I feel fabulous. I barely like, I really don't wear makeup at all. And I
Mhm.
just like feel so comfortable in my skin. And I can't be more grateful to you guys.
Aw.
It's been, and like, you're a genius at this.
Oh my gosh. No, this is just, I'm definitely not a genius. I joke and say I actually failed the SD test twice because of makeup. I mean,
Well,
on
I
the written
mean,
part, makeup. I
totally.
suck at makeup. Don't ever ask me for makeup advice. I suck at it. So yeah, I mean, I had like my own, because I never worked for anyone else. I had my own business, everything ready to go. I had quit my teaching job, failed twice. I was like, Jesus, what are you telling me? Like, oh my gosh.
you
But
you
it's
were
just
just meant to do things your own way.
yeah, but I feel like, I mean, I had a laser treatment, not for, I never had pigment. It was just one of those things like, you get a little bit of Botox, a little bit of filler. I want more.
Mm,
What do I get? I
mm,
get the laser, and then I end up with a face full of pigment. And I believe that everything happens for a reason. And I just figured it, I don't know how, but I just get it. And
yeah.
it's helped so many people, and it's changed my life in so many ways and so many others. And I'm very, very, very grateful for you all. So
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you
we're,
so much. It's
you're welcome.
yeah.
We're at 20.
I
Yeah, go ahead.
okay,
We're at
great.
20
Yeah.
minutes. I might be able to edit a little bit of some of our ums out, but let me let you close up, and then I'll let you go.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm gonna be a patient for life, and I'm so glad to have my skin in your care.
Aw, thank you so much for trusting me. And if you guys have
Thank
any
you.
questions, sorry we talked too much, but if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And thank you so much for joining us, Corona. I
Awesome.
appreciate you
My
so much.
pleasure.
Have a
Have
good
a good night.
night.
Safe travels.
Oh, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.